About Rumble, the Rumblers, YouTube, the YouTubers, Twitter, X, Facebook, Kick, Getter, and we are running now live on Instagram as well. So join us over there. It's LFS6B Show on the Instagram live feed. And welcome to a Friday night. Damon is off tonight. He'll be back on Monday. Slick Rick is off tonight, so he'll be back on Monday. Paul Nolan's not here. We're not doing it from the America First warehouse because it's only us three. And I guess they thought we couldn't draw, so we're here.
It's a bit of a smack in the face.
Yeah, it is kind of a kick in the nuts, isn't it?
Who's going to come see the B team?
Right.
It's like the Three Amigos. I mean, you know, we got it going on.
So you're left with us.
Yeah.
Good luck on a Friday night. Let's see if we can't get ourselves thrown off. No, I'm kidding, of course. Also, you can listen to the show if you are in the Long Island, Suffolk County area. Long Island News Radio, it's 103.9, or you can listen to it online at linewsradio.com. Kevin Downey Jr. is here. Speaking of LI News Radio,
yes,
he's got a column that he writes for PJ Media. He does comedy around the country, and he also has a little radio show that he likes to talk about incessantly. KDJ, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'll tell you, I've been in the kitchen all day cooking up a little crack cocaine now that Hunter Biden has given away the secret recipe. Man, they would have fired him from KFC long ago. Just giving that recipe away. And you know what? I think I might make some money this weekend selling the crack cocaine. How are you?
Very nice. I'm good. Also, Vinnie Mac is here. Vin, how are you?
I'm doing very well. I don't have a radio show,
No, you
and
don't.
I'm writing a column.
Nope.
But I do like pontificating.
Yeah.
I spent the day with my mom, who's 88.
Wow.
Yeah, wanted to take her out for lunch, which we did. We had a great lunch, saw some neighbors, had a nice talk, and people come in now and they're like, "Are you doing that show? Because I've been watching that show."
And I don't see you on it.
Yeah.
Where are you?
Where are you? What nights are you on? But it's kind of fun, you know, you're sitting with your mom and people come over and say something. It's like, oh, wow, really? Oh, that's my boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
You're making her proud there, Vincent.
Yeah. Oh, she's been watching the show since, you know, Damon and I got this thing going at 2:15. She's been watching the show. My dad came to the studio one time. And,
really?
So, yeah, it's nice. And I got my buddies watching. If you remember, I told you the other night.
Yes.
It was last night.
That was last night.
That the guys were watching the show. We were talking about my friend Doug, and they're watching again tonight. I'm not sure where.
Are they in a public... See, because last night they were watching.
Yeah.
But we found out afterwards that it was in a public place.
Public place. It was blaring all over at a big marina.
Dirty tacos
we were talking about,
and tequila in a different town.
Yeah,
can we say the town? We can say the town.
Right? I believe no one will be arrested if we say the town.
Port Washington, near the border of Nassau County and Queens. Nice little area. Didn't know that they were there, or else we would have shouted them out and really put the screws to Doug.
Yeah.
Who I guess happened to be in attendance as well.
He needs the screws put to him as well. We were talking about my very conservative friends, and I have a couple of very liberal friends who have, 86'd and blocked me over the years.
Like they sent him pictures of 86 Vin at the beach.
Yeah, just happened to find those shells.
In the winter, they did it with pasta shells. Who can go to the beach in the winter?
Anyhow, they're watching. Well, it's good to see them. Bill and Greg, appreciate you guys watching.
All right, there you go. Yeah. And also, I have to address something. People have been asking. Yeah. I meant to address it last night.
That's
true. Do it, so
I was a former model.
People are like, what is going on with his arms? Mine. Oh. See, because when I lift my arm, you can start to see there are bandages, like right here.
Okay.
See?
All
right. I got bandages there. I got a bandage here. Turns out I got some poison ivy.
Oh.
Right? Now, I didn't know I had the poison ivy. You never know you have the poison ivy until a couple days later.
Yeah.
And by then, you've already done things and you've spread it and you didn't realize you had it and you ended up spreading it and it ended up places that it shouldn't be.
Yep.
Well, I did it on Sunday when I was doing some weeding. And then by Tuesday, I still didn't have any, I wasn't showing anything, right? Mm-hmm. So then, I decided to play hooky from my normal job and like, hey, since I'm not doing anything and I am here alone, it's naked day. So what do? Me and my unknown poison ivy had naked day. Walking around, sitting, moving, sometimes strutting. But eventually you end up sitting down. And when you sit down, you end up putting your arms places.
Wait. Hang on.
Yeah.
I got to unpack this a little bit. Are you saying that the Delgado house is a clothing optional house?
No.
Oh.
Well, yes, in a way.
Yes or no?
Yes and no.
I think I'm going to have to miss that party you invited us to.
Let's just say when I'm by myself,
okay,
because my circumstances have changed, I now have naked day anytime I want.
Okay.
So Tuesday happened to be naked day, and I had poison ivy, and I had no idea. Okay. Now it's on my hip. Okay. Now it's on my knee. I'm like, what the hell's going on? I got problems. So All right. That explains the bandages.
Yes.
So if you're wondering why are the bandages, no, I didn't fall. I wasn't attacked by a liberal. No, I just got poison ivy.
Thank you, Bob Guccione.
Erin says I should have lied. Why? That's a normal. Hey, I have naked.
Why are you admitting that you're walking around your house naked on a random Tuesday?
Because
on TV and the radio. You know we're on the radio right now, right?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Damon's not here, and
Damon's
this is the opening.
Exactly. Damon's not here. Because if I was telling the story and Damon was here, he'd be horrified.
I'm going to get a call in 5 minutes.
And I'd probably end up in the trunk.
Okay.
So.
You probably still will.
Anyhow, it is a Friday night pizza Friday. Even though we're not at the warehouse tonight, we will be back there next Friday. So make your plans. If you are, I think we're going to do like the next 4 or 5, 6 Fridays in a row till the end of the summer. Definitely, I believe, is already lined up. So that's great. So make sure you make your plans if you're going to join us at the America First Warehouse. There's the information. There it is. You can come down, join us, be part of the live studio audience that we have. It's free admission tickets. We've made it to the point where now you can just come in, bring your friends. People bring their families. People travel from other states.
Yeah, there were kids there last time. You know, a guy brought his 4 kids. I thought it was the Jonas Brothers there for a minute, but they brought their kids.
Yeah.
Last week, I thought was fantastic.
Last week we had a great crowd. I want to say it was probably the best energy I think we've had so far. And we've had great crowds every night that we've done.
Yeah. Especially for mid-July when so many people are on vacation.
Yeah. Kevin Downey Jr., by the way, kills it doing the interviews, man. They're hilarious. People comment all the time. It's like a real showcase, man. I love it.
Oh, thank you.
I think that's why they're coming.
And what's interesting, too, and Kevin said this, he normally doesn't do as much comedy during the summer because people are on there's
Yep. Clubs suffer in the summer.
Yeah, me too. I try to hold back my comedy until the fall.
Yes, because there's so much of it. But no, people are traveling. They don't have the opportunities to go see live concert. Well, live concerts they will do, but comedy suffers. Certain things suffer, and we expected Friday nights to not be as good. But man, they've been really solid. So we appreciate everybody. Yeah, that has been coming out.
Rocking like docking.
And supporting the show.
It's a real pulse to the Patriots, too. Like, when you think about the MAGA movement, you think about the people out there that, are watching the news that we're presenting and also, seeing the rest of the world around them sort of be so biased and one-sided. We see them, up front. We talk to them during the breaks. And I have to tell you, man, we have a great movement going on in this country with not just MAGA, with people who just sort of support this whole common sense, movement. Yeah. The passion behind it. It doesn't feel like it's going to be short-lived. It feels like this is like a major shift in the country.
It's I call it a cultural shift.
Yeah.
And it's been underway for a while. I mean, when I say unknown rappers, I'm a 59-year-old white guy living in the suburbs. I mean, yeah, sure, Fresh Prince, he brings the bombs, he drops the bombs. But these people I've never heard of coming out for Trump before the election. Yeah. And I said, man, the culture is shifting. And once that culture shifts, it's going to stay in this direction for a long time. This isn't a flash-in-the-pan thing.
Well, I was reading an article yesterday. I happened to be at the studios in Palm Beach last week, and Kevin Sorbo's son and his wife was there doing an interview. And Kevin Sorbo, remember him from Hercules?
Yeah, he was Hercules.
He was one of the first actors outed by Hollywood not to be given parts because of his Christianity.
Yeah.
And what I'm seeing now, I was literally just having this conversation before we went on air, is a huge shift in faith-based and conservative, family value-oriented content. Not a small one. Big studios putting big money behind it. And Kevin was commenting on it in an article I read, and he's like, yeah, man, I was outed and, taken, not given any parts for years. I was like the first one. But it's completely flipped now. Now he's getting scripts and parts, and they want this, and Netflix is making money on it, and the streamers are. So you're right. It's a major cultural shift in a dynamic way. Faith MAGA, etc.
Yeah, I wrote about this at PJ Media. Comedy and the culture are always intertwined. So in 1 week, we saw Shane Gillis, who is banned from Saturday Night Live. Not only did they take him back a little while later, he killed it at the ESPYs with jokes that were very funny, but the they-them types won't laugh at that.
Right.
2 days later, Colbert walks the plank.
Yep.
He walks the plank. And, well, see, they're keeping him till May, but I don't think he's going to make it. He's just going up every night saying stupid things and attacking his employer.
And you would think he'd be. They always say, "Oh, he's so smart." He's not that smart.
No.
If he's willing to get himself fired, and then I think Kevin O'Leary said it best. He goes, "I'd fire him today. If they don't have the guts, I'll do it for them." He goes, and then we'll tie it up for 5 years. He'll never see that money.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know what else? If you want to know just how popular his show is, I promise you, folks, when he's done, he will land some sort of stupid podcast. And when he has, 18,000 viewers a day or something, you're going to know just how few people were watching his propaganda nonsense show.
Right.
I'm sure you can relate to this. Do you remember those days where Kevin Hart was supposed to, host the Oscars? And they found some random video of him saying something. But that happened with comedians all the time. Matter of fact, you couldn't even find a show.
Yeah.
If you were saying anything conservative or someone, did that happen to you when you were performing? Did you have to change your act, or did you feel like you weren't getting booked because of your viewpoints, or what were you doing back then?
I'll tell you. There are gigs that said, "No, we can't use you anymore." There are gigs that I turned down. I said, "They're just going to hate me." And then when I allegedly had a J6 charge hanging over my head, I had clubs all over the joint dropping me. I can tell you this now.
Wow.
I got a call. "Hey, you want to do the 40th birthday party for," I think it's ABC White House correspondent John Decker, and it was like $2,500, pretty good money.
Yeah.
And I go, "Yeah, I do, but Google my name and J6 and let me know if I can still have the gig." And he goes, yeah, sorry, you're off. I can't really.
And that's
But
not
how
my
funny would that
birthday.
have been?
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's hardcore, but that's how things have changed.
Yeah.
You're not facing any of that now.
And you know what it is? It wasn't even so much political. It was, I think, in Kevin Hart's case, it was some gay jokes that he made.
Yeah,
Right,
and Shane Gillis. Shane Gillis lost SNL, which is a dream job for comedians, because he did a joke on a podcast years ago where he affected a Chinese accent.
Right.
Which, Richard Pryor did decades ago, and that was
Come
fun.
on.
Yeah. And now it seems to be making its way where he can do it again.
Yeah.
So, there you have it. Speaking of Chinese, there were some great Chinese women last week that we met. I wanted to mention. I'll mention it in the next.
Yeah.
I remember them.
Yeah, they were awesome. Speaking of January 6th.
It's Patriot
Friday night.
Stephanie was one of them.
Yes, Friday night, live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice. We'll take a quick break. Join us in the chats. We got lots to cover today. Live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice. Stay there. Chat live in the chats.
Yeah.
Howdy, y'all.
I
What's
love the Facebook folks, because we're always having some very deep communications. And have you seen The Chosen? Any of you guys seen The Chosen?
It sounds familiar. What
Zeb Fair's talking about it.
Or is it a?
It's a series.
I don't have time for series.
Angel Studios produced a series about Jesus and all of his things that he was doing with the apostles and his life and all this stuff, called The Chosen. And it's a great series. Actually, it made an entire studio, Angel Studios. They built the entire studio of this one show. Anyhow, they're talking about this on Facebook. And Zeb, I'm a big fan of Angel Studios in general, but The Chosen, amazing. My favorite, though, faith movie is Risen. They showed in Easter with the general who killed Jesus. It's his story.
I think I've seen that, yeah.
He sees him come back to life again, and he can't explain it. There's no explanation. He can't figure it out. And he becomes convinced, of it. But it's one of my favorite movies. It's a fantastic movie. If you haven't seen it, Zeb, check it out.
And it's from Angel Studios?
They didn't make The Chosen.
They didn't make
but
that?
Angel Studios
They do great
Chosen.
stuff.
Oh yeah. They're one of the top, if not the top, faith-based producers in all of Hollywood, and they're on fire. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
They are so busy. They've raised huge money. It's good to see. We need some really good. I like Breaking Bad, some of these shows that have great stories and they're a little rough around the edges. But I just want to see more things that are uplifting, positive, help people and inspire. So that's what they're doing.
Chat live in the chat. Let's. I'm trying to poke into each and every one. Ola Trav, are you going to bring up the most South Park made? What?
Yes, the South Park controversy. They were doing a bit, which the network wouldn't let them do, about some private parts of Donald Trump, and it's become a story.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen
that. I haven't seen it yet.
They apologized.
They've already apologized.
Yeah.
Must have been bad because they never apologized.
Yeah. And they would never do that, by the way, against Obama or Biden or anyone like that.
No.
I don't know about that.
No, maybe they will now.
I think they've taken their shots at everybody.
South Park?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they take their shots at everybody.
I can't say
Drag Blacker with a $10 super chat. I'll have to announce it later. Hi, live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice on a Friday night. Welcome to the program. Vinnie Mac is here. Kevin Downey Jr. is there as well. I got a $10 super chat I wanted to throw out from Drag Blacker in the YouTubes. The YouTubes. You want to know how stupid conspiracies are? There are people who say the Sound of Freedom movie was a fake news psyop, but also that Trump was on Epstein Island, and people like KDJ defend pedos. $10 super chat. You know what? And he brings up a good point.
I defend pedos?
Yes.
He says that?
Yeah. Because people will say that because the left will believe anything that's told to them. That's what he's pointing out, that when it comes to this kind of stuff, they will just parrot the talking point.
That's right. I heard it all day today, by the way.
Yeah.
A friend of mine, I was defending Trump and saying, look, this is nonsense. I don't know what you're reading, but it's not true. He goes, well, how can you defend a pedo? I'm like, what? What are you talking about? Like, where are you getting this information? Probably from MSNBC, but it's inaccurate.
These are the same people that believed COVID came from a bat sandwich, and the 51 Intel specialists were telling the truth. That was Hunter's laptop was Codswallop, Russian Codswallop. These are the people that buy everything that you throw at them.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about today all the lies. Russian collusion, major lie. All right. And we're getting closer and closer. There's two big ones. 2020 election, that's the big one.
Yep.
And then the J6
January
committee
6th.
and all their nonsense.
Yeah, it's amazing because so much of that stuff, again, they buy it hook, line, and sinker, and that's the problem. And I think we've talked about it. It takes so long for the truth to eventually get exposed.
Yep.
But by then, people have bought. They're so married to their belief.
Yeah.
That they're all in.
Yep.
And I forget who said it. I think maybe it was Einstein. I don't know. But it's easier to believe the lie than to believe that you've been lied to.
Yeah.
because they're married to it. That's their ideology. They don't care. You even heard Obama just before the election last year pushing the very fine people hoax. He
Still
knows
pushing
that's
it.
not true.
Yeah.
Yep.
He knows it's not true.
Still pushing. I saw someone during the pandemic who said, Trump, I would rather have my father die on a respirator if it need be than put horse pills into him like some kind of Trump animal. The FDA approved ivermectin for human consumption in 1987. Yeah. Right? There's penicillin for horses, and then there's penicillin for people and dogs and everything else. So there's ivermectin for horses, and there's ivermectin for people. And the FDA actually came out and said, hey, y'all, you're not a bunch of horses and cows. Don't take ivermectin, even though they approved it. And I was arguing with some Jack Pudding on Facebook.
Yep.
And he said, well, yeah, dog food's been approved for human consumption. Like, no, it hasn't. You're just wrong. Just shut up and say you're right, Downey. I'm wrong because I'm an idiot and you're a genius.
They don't even respond to that. But what I've noticed is what's clear is there has been two stories in the past 10 years that have been fake that the mass media have convinced everybody is true, which is what happened. This is what we're talking about.
Right.
If the media didn't follow through with repeating this stuff over and over and over and over and over again, people generally wouldn't believe it. But COVID, I mean, that's probably one of that's up there with the Russian hoax because we were scammed beyond belief at every level. From medications, how do you get over COVID? You got to have the shot. This horse thing, Trump, the whole thing with bleach in your mouth, all the stupid stuff that they said.
Fake, yep.
But none of this stuff's possible. Like my friend Doug, who believes all this stuff.
I was just thinking
because of all the media.
Right.
And it's done every day, repeatedly. New York Times, Vanity Fair, ABC, CBS, NBC, PBS. You think PBS and NPR? Wonder why we're going after them.
Yep.
And shut them down.
You just hit the nail on the head twice, Vin.
Thank you.
They said it. That's where we get Operation Mockingbird.
Right.
That's right.
All these media outlets have been taken over by the CIA. They're told what to say, and they're going to go down with the ship. They're going to go down with the ship. There's a great video out of Chris Cuomo saying, the biggest betrayal in the history of the United States, Donald Trump, in cahoots with Russia. And then I saw him today in another video going, I never said anything like that.
I think to prove your point is on what you just said about the CIA taking that over is the lack of coverage.
Yeah.
Right now.
Well, yeah.
Because clear proof.
Because that's what it's like a tree falling in the woods. If you didn't see it and didn't hear it, did it happen?
Right.
And their whole approach is if we don't tell people, they won't know. Mm-hmm. And most times they're correct because let's face it, people are busy. They're out working. They got kids. They got jobs. They got to go shopping. They got to take care of the house. They got to do this. They got to take care of parents. They got to go on trips. They have lives. Yep. They don't have the kind of time. Sadly, we do to focus on politics.
Yeah.
So they're not as and it's not their fault. It's just that's not their business. If they don't hear the other viewpoint, and if they don't hear some of the other evidence, they're just going to believe what they're told, right. And that's the problem. I would be happy if CNN basically said, Tulsi Gabbard came out with this thing. There's some emails to back this up. There's some text messages to back this up. There's whistleblowers left and right to back this up. Here's what it is. They had a discussion about it, and they could say you could form your own opinion, but they won't even talk about it. It's a non-story.
They took her down.
They took her down. They tried to make it seem like she was doing this just to get in Trump's good graces.
Yeah,
which is their whole point of view of everything.
And remember, they made her. She was a Russian asset.
Yeah,
right? Hillary, that's how Hillary attacked her. Said, "Oh, Tulsi Gabbard, she's a Russian asset," and that was the part of the narrative.
You know what? And people, I wish people just wake up. No, I don't mean you people. I mean the blue-haired troglodyte types who everyone that the left doesn't like is suddenly a Russian asset or a fascist or a Nazi. That's what they always fall back on.
Or a racist.
Yeah, or a racist. Well, something you said, Rick, about they don't really have time. People don't have time. I think I read somewhere the average person is lucky to absorb 18 to 20 minutes of news per day. And that includes turning on the radio in the morning as you're making your coffee. Doesn't really mean you're absorbing it. You're hearing it, I should say.
Right. And that includes news and weather and traffic, yes. Because that's all part of what they're tuning in for.
Yep.
They got to figure out, okay, well, what do I have to wear? Is it going to be hot, cold? Is it going to rain? Is it how's the traffic? How's it? That's what they're focusing on. They're focusing on their day. They're not focusing. They're not honed in like we are because we're losers. Just like focused in on this stuff. And diving in and really attacking it. And again, I bring up Tulsi and Hillary because I believe this was probably the clip of the week, was Tulsi, when she got to talk about Hillary. And somebody put it together with some Hillary clips as well. It's only about 17 seconds, but probably the best 17 seconds of the week. Here it is, cut number 7. Here's Tulsi Gabbard talking about Hillary and what they found out when they got these declassified documents, cut 7.
There were high-level DNC emails that detailed evidence of Hillary's, quote, psycho-emotional problems, uncontrolled fits of anger, aggression, and cheerfulness, and that then Secretary Clinton was allegedly on a daily regimen of heavy tranquilizers.
And I love the fact that when she was making that saying that line in the press briefing room, she stopped. And she just kind of gave it a beat, like, take this in. Heavy tranquilizers. Hillary Clinton. She's a mess. And we've always known she's a mess.
Yeah. She's like that ex-girlfriend that's still spying on your Facebook 7 years later.
The Russians knew this, though.
Yes.
The Russians knew it, and they were going to use this. One last point before we go to the break on Tulsi. Think about the risk she took. The CIA, these are some serious people that she's going after, that she's bringing out evidence. And she took a huge risk, safety-wise, just her life.
Right.
Because we have seen some really bad stuff happen with people like this, right?
Yeah.
I read something about somebody talking about what guts she had, not to appease Trump, but guts to put something like this out.
Yeah.
They were following her on airplanes.
Right.
Because
Yeah, she was
came
on
out
the
against
no-fly
Kamala.
list.
Yep.
Yep. It's amazing. And remember, I think the most recent Clinton kill story included a guy who committed suicide with 2 gunshots to his chest and hanging himself from a tree.
Yeah.
So there's always that.
Yeah.
There's always that.
You never know.
That's
could be
somebody who's
something.
driven.
Right.
This is driven to death.
So there you have it. We'll take a quick break. Join us in the chats on a Friday night. We'll go to Kevin Downey Jr. We'll go to Vinnie Mac and see what they got going on in their worlds as well. Live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice. Stay there. Chat live in the chats.
Susan Markle is saying, is she getting back at Hillary for saying Tulsi was a Russian agent? And yeah, there's some motivation there.
Probably, yeah.
I mean, I would have that motivation too.
I'd be like, give me anything you can on this witch, and let me put it out there.
Yep.
The news sponsor? No. Sure.
I want
Text it to me.
I want to say hi to
Please.
Greta Garbo. I know she was feeling a little under the weather, and we want to hope that you've recovered and are doing well. Hardest working woman in show business, for sure. Yeah, Facebook is jamming. Hey, did you hear about this? Obama's gay chef killed himself, and apparently Obama was in the house?
Of course.
He was there.
I know.
Wait, the one who drowned?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a suicide now?
No.
That was
he fell off the paddle boat.
he
Or
did
paddleboard.
something, but I didn't realize. I thought nobody was at the house, but
That
apparently
was the original story.
Obama was there.
Now they're finding out, not so fast.
Not so fast.
They may have had naked day together.
A little.
We don't know. Maybe they got.
I guess if
poison
Delgado
ivy.
can do it, you know.
Maybe
what do
he
you
got
call
poison
it?
ivy.
What do you call it? A midnight or underwear fight club? What do you call
No,
it?
2 a.m. Naked Hammer Fight Club.
There you go. 2 a.m. Naked Hammer Fight Club.
They had a 2 a.m. naked paddleboard fight club.
Well, there was something going on there in Martha's Vineyard. Julie Sanders, how are you? Thank you for saying hello.
Somebody's vineyard.
And Julie Johnson from Mississippi. How's everything in Mississippi? How's the summer going over there? It's been a hot summer, man. Everywhere.
How hot has it been?
It's been so hot, Ed. Manny, Mo, and Jack. Yes, Manny, Mo, and Jack. I miss Johnny Carson for sure, man. He was a regular. Sit and watch him with my dad. Great. The best.
You know, everyone in the Colbert camp keeps saying, it wasn't about money. He was number one in his time slot. That just means he didn't suck as bad as the others.
That's exactly.
Right, yeah.
Number one in what? That's like being...
Well, you have to compare it. Compared to what?
Yeah, exactly.
Because if you compare it to the guy who previously held that spot, you might see that, that's a big difference.
Yeah, and you know what? If I join a Little League team, I might be the best batter, but...
Live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice on a Friday night. Welcome back to the program. Damon, Slick Rick, and Paul Nolan are not here. That's why we're not at the warehouse tonight. We will be back there next Friday, so make sure you join us at the America First Warehouse. It'll be a great time, great show, great energy. Always a good time at the warehouse. And, of course, Joe DeBox leads the Pledge of Allegiance while he swings the flag.
He's very mellow. You know, a little lack of energy there with Joe DeBox.
We'll talk to him about it, upping the energy.
Give
we
him a
got
little
tons of clips. I got tons of clips for Friday night. I'm like the James Bond villain of clips galore. We'll do those as we go through the night.
Clips galore.
Yes. But right now, let's kick it over to Kevin Downey Jr., he of the radio show PJ Media and Comedy Stylings. Kevin, what do you got going on in your
Thank you.
world?
Well, the first thing I want to bring up is my friend runs, if you go to YouTube, my friend runs this thing called Jokes and a Point. He's making funny videos. He's one of us. He's a patriot. And I would love if you'd all go check him out. He said something great today on Twitter. He said, it's funny how Kamala Harris spent $1.5 billion in her campaign and never once mentioned that Trump is a pedo who went to Epstein's island. You would think if Trump was a pedo, they would have come out now. And a friend of mine said, no, it's a mutual destruction. I said, no. If I'm buying, let's say I'm buying drugs from a guy, he doesn't give me a list of all his customers and say, oh, we're all in this together. Right. No, he's going to keep that list to himself. He's probably not going to write it down. But check out Jokes and a Point, because $1.5 billion and they didn't mention Epstein once. That's how you know this is garbage, folks. And this is Operation Mockingbird saying, man, Trump is really killing it. We better distract everybody with some garbage. Good news. A lot of people are seeing through it. All right. That's why CNN and MSNBC have fewer ratings than, the Kevin Downey Jr. show, which is, you can hear every 9 to 11 a.m. around the world at linewsradio.com. I'm telling you, folks, every time they do this, they lose another couple people. They're going down the tubes and they know it. It's like Lucy and the football. Fewer and fewer people are buying it. And I think the Democratic Party is going to be hobbled for a little while after this, especially when it comes out. All roads lead to Obama. He won't go to jail. But you know what? Everybody knew OJ was guilty. Yeah. He didn't go to jail. Obama's the new OJ. Right. He's not going to go to jail for his crimes, but everybody knows he's guilty. Now, yeah,
they might get him on something down the road. Like if he tries to, hold people hostage till he gets his birth certificate back.
Right.
But other than that, he's probably going to skate, unfortunately. But I still want to see his life turned upside down. I still want to see raids on his homes.
Raids, yeah.
I want to see him put through the ringer.
I want to see him go through Big Mike's Fruit of the Loom drawer and dodge the bacon strips.
Are these yours or mine, honey? I'm not sure whose they are.
Oh, they're stretched out. They might be. I guess they're going to be yours, Mike. These are stretched out.
We want to see his cabinet, though, go down.
Yes.
If they can't get him, get Clapper, Brennan, and the rest of the clowns, and that's enough. Because Obama would have caused their downfall. Yes. And that would be good enough for me. Yep. If they can't get him, I want Obama in jail.
Now, here's something I want to run past you guys. Trump had a situation before the Supreme Court. It turns out they said you can't punish Trump for anything he did while he was president. Do you think they arranged that knowing full well that we were sniffing around the Obama situation? Because I'll tell you this, the deep state's full of moles. And I think someone told Comey, hey, they're coming for you. And he said, oh, my God, I better go to the beach and find some seashells and write 8647 and hope another whack job takes a shot at Trump again.
Right.
I promise you, there's MK Ultra stuff going on. And someone told Comey it's coming. And because he came out of nowhere with that. Why would he do that?
Yeah. Right.
Out of nowhere. He knew.
Well, yeah, I think
it wasn't so odd, wasn't it?
I want to say he definitely knew, because he probably still has some friends left in the FBI. If they're friends, maybe just people
he has a friend.
Right. He might have one or two.
Yeah.
Because I could definitely see that. What I don't see, and again, unfortunately, I don't think we'll see Obama go to jail. Unfortunately, I would love to have him at least prosecuted. Do I think that the Supreme Court made their decision thinking we better do this for Trump because they're going to come after Obama, and we got to make sure he's got a way out of this? I don't know if they were thinking that far ahead. Maybe they were. We don't know.
I don't know either, but you know what? I believe things now that I never would have believed even 4 years ago. Like Joe Rogan said, he goes, I was never into conspiracy theories, but now I don't think we went to the moon or something like that.
It's true, man. You all of a sudden you can start to question everything.
Everything.
At the level that they've just hosed us and lied.
I kind of want to run up to like Kathy Hochul and go, "That's a mask, you reptile! That's a mask!
It's a man, baby."
Especially with her go funny eye these days, it's kind of throwing you off. It's like,
it's a little wandering,
reptilian.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm just going to throw this into the mix. Kathy Hochul was never part of the team until she became governor, which she was never supposed to do. Suddenly, her husband, who he owns he's part of a company that sells concessions at the Buffalo. Is it the Bills Stadium or is it the Sabres?
I think it's the Bills Stadium.
I think it's the Bills.
Yeah.
And what do you know? They got the state to rebuild their stadium. And guess who's going to sell even more hot dogs? Well, that would be the Hochul family. Now she's in it doing it. She, as I like to say, she took the envelope.
Yeah.
She took the envelope. And that's why she's never fired Alvin Bragg. That's why she's always been a good little team player, because she's in it now. It's like the mafia. You don't get to quit.
Right. Yeah. Once you kind of take the money, so to speak, there's no going out. There's no getting out.
Nope. And this goes for China too. All right. Dianne Feinstein was she was the crypt keeper. She was like in her car, and now you can't retire. Keep going, old lady. And Mitch McConnell, he's like a statue, and he won't resign.
Yeah, he's like a frozen turtle. Whenever he has one of his episodes, he just kind of freezes.
Just freezes.
Yeah.
They won't let him out, because once they're bought and paid for, it's a lifelong gig if you're going to work for the Chinese communists.
Right.
And the whole swamp is like that, I believe.
Yeah. Crazy. Anything that you want to point people to that you've been writing about?
Oh yeah, that would be great. Thanks. No, wait, we're going to talk about Ghislaine Maxwell later, right?
Yes, we can talk about it right now if you want.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to. So I did write something today at pjmedia.com, and I forget the name of it, but it's pretty funny. I'll dig it up later. Oh, here it goes. Today is a day of independence for the tinfoil hatters and their descendants. I took that from The Wizard of Oz, I believe it.
The lollipop. Is that what it was?
It's all about. We know this. We knew Hillary was a whack job. We knew they were deep staters, but it all came out this week. And my favorite part, and I that video you just showed, yeah. I've probably watched that more than I've watched Goodfellas. And Goodfellas is probably my favorite movie. I just keep watching it over and over.
Do I amuse you?
Do I amuse you?
Funny?
That one where she's just like, with her head bob.
Yeah.
I've totally forgotten about that. That's magic.
Yeah.
Now we know. What a psycho chick. So yeah, check that out, please. The more you read, the more bourbon I get to buy. But let's do this now. Ghislaine Maxwell has had a visit to her cell twice now, yesterday and today. And as I'm hearing, she dropped 100 or so names. Now, it doesn't mean they're all pedophiles. People have to realize this. Because I've had people say, well, just give us the whole thing. We'll sort it out. No, you can't do that. Because people are going to go, look, there's Trump. He must be a pedophile. Or someone else who's completely innocent. Naomi Campbell, I always use her because she's probably the last person on the planet to be sleeping with young girls. But what do I know? But she's Naomi Campbell. She probably wouldn't have to pay to do it.
Yeah.
But people don't, there are friends, and then there are friends. He's a friend of ours, and he's a friend of mine. Or how does that work in the mafia? If he's in the mafia, he's a friend of ours.
He's a good fella.
Yeah, someone in the mafia is a friend of ours, but if he's not, he's a friend of mine. I mean, he's I know him, but he's not with us.
Oh,
Right.
Oh,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Very sophisticated.
So here you go. She's looking for a pardon now. She dropped up 100 names. And Trump said, well, I haven't really thought about giving her a pardon. But he is now, I bet, because this... See, folks, when Trump I think, made an error when he said, why are you asking about that guy? There's so much good stuff going on. That was a mistake. He shouldn't have done that. Now, the left has seized that. And all the idiots, all the same morons we've been fighting with for 10 years. Look, he's a pedo. He's a pedo. He was never a pedo. Never until now. It's just a smokescreen, but the idiots will believe it. But he's been calling for over a week now. Release the files, release the transcripts. And the left still hasn't caught on. Still hasn't caught on. And now Trump sent, is it Blanche? Todd Blanche?
Yeah. Todd Blanche.
2
days of talking to Ghislaine Maxwell.
Yep.
I got a little blurb from it here if you'd like.
Yeah.
Ghislaine Maxwell provided Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche and the DOJ the information of 100 people linked to Jeffrey Epstein. Now, this is coming from her attorney. She was asked about every possible thing you could imagine, blah, blah, blah. We actually have a clip from her attorney. Here he is, cut number 10. Here's what he had to say when asked about it, cut 10.
Answered those questions honestly, truthfully, to the best of her ability. She never invoked a privilege. She never refused to answer a question. So we're very proud of her. We're proud of how the process has worked over the past day and a half.
Yeah, we're surprised she's still alive.
There is breaking news on this, by the way.
Is there?
Just popped up that the DOJ granted her limited immunity while giving the DOJ 100 different people. And I'm for all of that. Like, I am for whatever the DOJ or Trump needed to do to speak with her to get clarity on everything that's happened here.
Right.
I am completely for that, even if it means Trump, pardoning her or commuting her sentence, or whatever it is, because she's alive. They haven't killed her yet. She knows probably a lot, I would think. Maybe not everything, but she knows a lot. And this is the tool he has.
Yeah.
I can help you. I can save your life, essentially.
Yeah.
So maybe you want to tell the people what the hell happened here. And so he used that card. So limited immunity? Okay.
Yeah,
good.
And again, according to her attorney, she was asked about every possible thing you could imagine. That this was the first opportunity she's ever been given to answer questions about what happened. The truth will come out about what happened with Mr. Epstein, and she's the person who is answering those questions.
Yeah, and let me say this. So at my last day job, we would take turns going to pick up sandwiches. All right. So I would know when I came back with a bunch of sandwiches, I'd say, oh, here's the Reuben. Oh, that goes to you, Rick. Here's the salami. That's for you, Vin. If she's procuring girls, she knows who she's getting them for, folks.
Right. This is a great point, because there's people out there and people commenting even on our socials right now saying, if you give her immunity or pardon her, isn't that a slap in the face to the victims? But the reality, and my answer to that, frankly, would be, there's so many more people that actually did these deeds and did harm to these young people. There could be hundreds of them. So she's actually helping get those hundreds to deal with and be served justice. Right. So if you need to help her a little to do that, okay, but we're not dissing the victims here.
Right.
I think we're helping the victims. At least that's my viewpoint of that.
I look at it this way. It's like she drove the getaway car.
Yeah.
The other ones committed the crimes. They shot the clerk. They stole the money. They did whatever. She was just there driving the car. Yeah, she's guilty because she's part of it.
Definitely.
And she should be held accountable. But if she's able to point the finger at the real perpetrators, the ones that actually committed the violence,
100%,
then you got to say, okay, you know what? I'm going to cut the driver a deal because the driver's given me the trigger guy.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
That could be one way you look at it. I know we want all these people to pay, but if it costs us a little bit on one side to get 100 people, it's kind of worth it.
I'll sacrifice a getaway driver for 100 pedophiles.
Right, exactly. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll touch base with Vinnie Mac, see what he's got up his sleeve. Live from Studio 6B on a Friday night. You don't have a bandage? You don't have a...
I have no bandage.
You know what he doesn't have on his sleeves?
Poison ivy.
Poison ivy.
Or anywhere else.
I did no nude gardening.
All right, we'll be back. No nude gardening. You don't know anything about it. Chat live in the chats. Let's see what people are saying about what we were just talking about.
Kathy Brockman made the comment that I just alluded to about, hey, isn't this a slap in the face to some of the victims? And Kathy, I'm addressing you right now by saying, hey, it's a good point. We just talked about it. But if we can get a lot of these perpetrators, these pedophiles, to see justice, and she gets a lighter sentence or something good happens to her for doing that, I think that really does help a lot more victims than just her. But she's guilty. She's bad news.
Yeah. And
this is no angel here. So
and you know
she deserves
what? Randy
something.
McCool brings up a good point. By using her to get these 100 people, no more, they won't be able to harm anybody else if they're taken off the street.
You know what?
Yeah.
That finishes the point.
Yeah.
Right there. Because these people are still out there. They're going to do it again.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a disease, pedophilia. Yeah. It's a psychosis. It's a horrible, horrible thing. They're going to do it again. So let's get them. If there are 100, thank you, Giselle. You get a little benefit, and let's get these 100.
Raphael Boo asks, is treason covered by immunity? I don't think it is. See, that's the part that gets me.
I don't think it is either.
If they get Clapper and Comey and what's his name, Brennan on treason, Well, who directed the treason?
Yeah. There are limits to this presidential immunity.
Yeah.
If Obama's killing Girl Scouts, you can get him for that, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
You don't get to kill people because you're the president.
We'll see how far they could take this task force that they're putting together, strike force, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
To me, it's critical. We talked about last night this whole special prosecutor nonsense, but this strike force, they got to peel it back as if it were Al Capone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, Obama's worse than Al Capone. Al Capone got us liquor.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Astrotech 2 says suddenly she's credible because she's saying stuff we want to hear. I wouldn't say that because I don't think she talked when she was on trial. I think she thought she was above it all. I think she thought she was going to skate, so she wasn't going to say anything.
I think she was accused of lying in court. But you know what though? It's a different day. She's been spent. This is a woman of means, spending the last 5 years basically in the ghetto.
Yeah.
And she's had her life threatened because she's fairly wealthy, she's fairly famous, and she's up against people who are not, and they don't like her.
And if she lied,
Live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice on a Friday night. Welcome back to the program. It's just me, KDJ, and Vinnie Mac on a Friday. We'll be back at the warehouse next Friday night, the America First warehouse for the live show. You can be part of that live studio audience. All you got to do is show up about 7:30, get your butt in the door, grab a seat, and get ready for Joe DeBox to lead us with the Pledge of Allegiance. And then, of course, the live show starts at 8 p.m. Kevin Downey Jr. was doing some stuff. We're going to go over to Vinnie Mac, see what he's got going on. But first, let's remind you that all our news is brought to you by the Eternal Life Coin. Check them out online at eternallifecoin.com. That's eternallifecoin.com. Vinnie Mac swears by it, so does Damon. Vin, what do you got going on, man?
one point I just want to make, and then there's a story I want to get to, and it deals with cultural shift that KDJ was talking about. But there's one point that I want to pick up. I just read this on my way in, believe it or not. It was just something that struck me, and that is Rudy Giuliani. We all remember Rudy. He was ordered to pay $140 million for saying that the election was rigged.
Right.
$140 million from one guy for saying the election's rigged and dissing these two Georgia, whatever the heck, people that worked on the election.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yet, not one single person, Democrat, journalist, or anyone is paying the price or being sued like this or going to be sued and have a settlement this big with this whole Russia hoax, which clearly damaged more. And when you look at it, the election was rigged. They actually have found evidence in that district that those two ladies were in. They found evidence of that. People have been arrested since this. No one talks about it. It's barely covered in the news. But Rudy Giuliani, you know, his life is destroyed, whether you're a fan of Rudy or not. And hey, I'm a 9/11 guy. I was there. I was on the ground at 9/11 when it happened, on my way to the World Trade Center for a meeting, and I was stopped just before we got there. Mm-hmm. Rudy was down there. This guy was a hero, and he's morphed into, you know, things that might, you know, make some people a little uncomfortable, but not $140 million worth for saying the election was rigged when it was rigged.
Right. Well, we all know it was rigged.
So we all know it was rigged. My other story is really about this cultural shift. We have watched our kids be educated with woke, with all this super progressive stuff, and the last sort of round has been the anti-Semitic stuff. And here we go. You know, the Columbia University just got hit with a $200 million fine or settlement or judgment in that case for the anti-Semitism they supported. This is the cultural shift we're talking about. If Trump's not president, if MAGA's not a movement, this doesn't happen. Matter of fact, it gets worse. Every university in this country. So Linda McMahon was talking about this, and so was Jonathan Turley, saying that this issue is a cultural shift in the education system, because it's sort of like how Trump wins these lawsuits against ABC or CBS for 60 Minutes and all the various other things he's won lawsuits on. they're being put on notice that, they can't do this anymore. And these universities are being put on that same notice, and we need that. Our education system is upside down. If you have kids ready to go to college, I mean, there's only a few, like Damon has his son going to college. And we were talking about this. He's like, I'm not going to let the kid go to this school or that school or this school. They're just brainwashing the kids. And he's right. I never thought of that. When I went to college or when my daughter went to college, I never thought about, is she going to go there and be indoctrinated in some way of thinking? Is she going to become anti-Semitic?
Right.
Is these things going to happen? And the answer, by the way, was maybe.
Yeah.
Because this is really going on.
And paying for it.
And paying for it on top of it. And here's Columbia University. You know how many Jewish students go to Columbia University? It's a big part of that population. Same with Harvard, same with most of the Ivy Leagues, all the culprits. I don't understand why they even thought this, but they got caught, they lost, and these other universities are going to lose. And that's a cultural shift. When we talk about trying to move this country in the right direction, there's many, many things that effectuate that. But there's not a lot of things that effectuate young minds. Mm-hmm. And these young minds need to be seeing that this is wrong. And it's not just wrong, it's evil. So I'm really happy to hear that. And that was one of the big stories I picked up on because I felt, and I'm so glad you mentioned it earlier, Kevin, about this cultural shift, because the tentacles of what's happening here with Trump's presidency, the MAGA movement, athletes coming out and supporting Trump, rap singers coming out and supporting Trump, people just coming out, and the dance, people were doing the dance and all that kind of stuff.
The towel dance.
The comedians now that are freely talking, the guy did the ESPYs, all of these things, the content with faith content and more family content, Kevin, it's Mojo. I mean, this is 6-7 months.
Yeah.
That's like a second in, the world of, time.
Yep. And speaking of cultural change, remember when hair bands were big in the 80s?
Oh, of course.
Then grunge came out and the hair bands look stupid.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
That's what's going on now. Colbert now looks stupid. He's not cool. He used to be.
Right.
There's a new kid in town, Johnny, and he doesn't want to hear it. But Colbert and those types are done. The View is on hiatus. Let's see if they even come back.
I heard that yesterday.
Hilarious. These are just propaganda shows, folks. And people go, oh, my show's on. I need more brainwashing. There's Joy Reid. Gosh, she's hilarious. A bunch of harridans just brainwashing us, and now they're taking a hiatus right after Colbert is gone. I don't know, man. I see a cultural revolution whipping up before our eyes.
Yeah, and you know what? It really started, I want to say, just after President Trump was shot. When you really saw,
it's a good point.
It was it was almost like it was bubbling underneath the surface a bit. You started to see a little bit more.
Yep.
But then as soon as that happened, and you saw like about a week later, Hulk Hogan talk about it. He goes, "I'd been silent for too long." Mm-hmm. He goes, even though I had voted the last 2 elections for him and I was supporting him the whole time, I was afraid to let anybody know it. And all of a sudden, people put the red hat on.
Yeah.
And it was okay, and it was cool. And when people tried to confront him over it, they punched back.
It got real. It got real real quick. I mean, I was watching that live. Were you? Did you see it? Yeah, you too?
I saw it afterwards.
Okay. Well, watching it live, it got real.
Yeah.
For everybody. And I think you're right about that. That reality spawned a lot of really good stuff in this country and likely woke people up. The other thing that people are waking up to is college is for education. Networks, media companies, even our company, they're businesses.
Yeah.
They're for economic reward. They make money. They pay people jobs. They make a profit. ABC, all these networks, they lost that. So Colbert Show's losing $40 million. They have 200 people working on it. He gets $15 million a year. The economics don't work.
Yeah.
The View, nobody watches The View, but a couple of hardcore progressives. They have a tiny audience compared to what they need to generate in revenue.
Yeah.
CNN, their shows don't draw any audience. They still get advertisers, which is shocking to me.
Me too.
Our network and our show does 10 times more. Real America's Voice, which, by the way, mark my words, 12 months from now, we will be the standard.
Yes.
12 months from now, because we have so much momentum going on with this network. It's crazy. Right. But the advertisers are still not there.
You mean I could be the new Don Lemon?
That would be Don Lemon.
Kevin Downey Lemon.
You could be Kevin Downey Juja.
The sequel. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Vin. A year from now. This will be.
We're right there.
Hey, you know what? You know what? Kind of got my attention too.
Kevin's thinking he's Don Lemon?
No, yeah, that and the fact that USAID is no longer shelling out money to all these left-wing lunacy places.
Yeah.
Like Politico. I wonder if the Colbert Show was on that list, receiving money, kind of offsetting their losses, which made it okay for CBS to say, yeah, we can keep going because we keep getting money from here.
Yep.
We're breaking even. We're good.
I said the same thing,
I think
man.
that's
If
very
Politico is getting money to brainwash us, tell me Colbert's not.
Right.
So, folks, I've been doing stand-up comedy for 36 years, and I know a few people. And we've known for a long time that Colbert was hemorrhaging money. Now, here's the fun part. I can look at, I think Jay Leno. I heard Buck Sexton, Clay from that show. I've heard a lot of these bigwig media guys have at times taken pay cuts because the economy changed and whatnot. You know who never took a pay cut? Well, that would be Stephen Colbert.
Stephen Colbert.
That's right.
I guess he's not that smart. And he's definitely not funny.
He thinks he is.
All right, that's an hour number 1 in the books. We got hour number 2 coming. Like I said, I got clips galore. Clips galore. We've only got like 2. We'll get more of them in. I got Trump. I got DeSantis. I got Brian Glenn. And we just need you. Live from Studio 6B. Stay there.
Love Brian Glenn.
Chat live in the chat.
Let's see, in the chat here. On my Facebook friends. What do we have over here? Yeah, Gerald, we talked yesterday about the USA-Japan historic trade deal. China is silent about that. Very interesting. There are a lot of very interesting things happening in the world, and one of them is what's going on in China and the deals that Trump's making, and China is being silent about it. That silence... China always makes me worry, but it's also, I think, where we're being effective and maybe changing some of their views, behavior, even maybe leadership. I think there's a lot going on there as a result of these things. Hopefully they're good because they can do a lot of bad.
Farmer Brooks says, Vinny, we're sorry about hearing about your Facebook friends.
Oh, man. You know what? In one way, it keeps me sharp. Because I have to think about a comment that they make, and I think about it, and then I'm like, yeah. And then sometimes it becomes something I talk about here on the show because it spurred an idea. But mostly I'm just annoyed. I'm not letting them get away with it. I'm going to speak up. I'm not going to let them get away with it. Eileen Brooks, happy birthday to you. Very, very happy to hear your birthday. Tell us more about that. Now you don't have to tell us how old you are, We could just tell us more about your birthday, what you're doing, what plans you had. You're getting a lot of happy birthdays out there. A lot of people.
Whose birthday is it?
Wishing Eileen Brooks.
Eileen Brooks, happy birthday. Eileen. I have a cousin named Eileen.
Come on, Eileen. That's about all I know from that song. Thank you.
Mr. AZ Mikey is in the chat. Alice Palco. I'm talking about the YouTube. Eric Payne is in there. Moon Pie. Ticked off Patriot. Rocklick Ranch. Lisa Hawkins and Linda Cooper. Chris Allen also in the YouTubes.
YouTubes, how you doing, YouTubes?
Great Googly and Moogly in the Rumbles. Barb Brooks or Brox. Barb Brox is in there. Me Rocco. Great Falujigal?
Clarity Pickett. What an interesting name, Clarity. Is that your real name? I think that's very interesting. I want to know what's behind that. What's the story? Clarity.
Big D, Double Dizzle, and the 6B Brizzle live on Real America's Voice Vizzle, baby.
Exactly. What he just said.
That is great.
Live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice on Friday night. Welcome to the program. If your TV looks a little different, because we're not at the America First warehouse.
Yeah.
Three guys needed the day off, so we just did it in studio, and we're having fun in the studio on a Pizza Friday. We did we went old school with the Sicilian bacon pizza.
It was excellent, by the way.
Always excellent. So, Pizza Friday, if you were wondering, it is in the books. Dish Network Channel 219, Pluto TV 240, 1175 on my favorite platform, Samsung TV Plus, because it's free when you get a new Samsung TV. Roku TV, the Roku channel, Apple TV, Amazon Fire, Select TV 106, and of course, on all of the socials, like and share this damn show already. We're trying to...
What an encouraging way to go.
Well, you know what? You put it out there that by this time next year we're going to be huge. We need to make sure that happens now. You gave us a deadline, and now we got to live up to it. So there you have it. It's up to you guys to help us out, or else we all fail and we go back to our menial jobs where no one knows us. So anyhow, Vin had one more thing he wanted to talk about when it comes to the media and I guess the cultural stuff. What else did you want to add to that, Vin?
Well, it's clearly frustrating if you are a media company like our network, which is a phenomenal network, and we've got some of the best news programs out there. You know, Charlie Kirk and John Solomon and Steve Bannon and Eric Bolling, and there's just so much talent at the network, including live from Studio 6B, which you see
About
us
time
8 to 10 prime time. Well, I just wanted to give the breadth of all this stuff going on, and networks like that have great ratings. There's more people watching that than anything else on TV from a news standpoint. The numbers blow away anything going on with MSNBC, CNN, even the networks. But the advertisers aren't there, and they're not there because the CMOs across the country are woke for the most part. Trump's doing a lot to help that. But the point I wanted to make is the one group of advertisers that keeps CNN going and a lot of the networks is the pharmaceutical companies. They run those drug ads ad nauseum, and they pay a ton of money. And who's putting a stop to that? Yes, sir. Donald Trump. He's looking at the pharmaceutical industry and the fact that they shouldn't be advertising like that at all. RFK Jr. has been talking about that. Mm-hmm. I love everything RFK Jr. is doing, by the way. I hear such pushback from people in the medical field, and I'm like, I don't believe you anymore. Mm-mm. This guy really knows what he's talking about. And if you haven't read the book he wrote on Fauci, read that. RFK Jr., everything he put in that book, it was just at the beginning of COVID, nails. Wow. Nails. The guy is great. But my point is now that Trump's taking some action here, not to help media companies and advertising, but to make things fairer, because the pharmaceutical companies are all in the pockets of a lot of our Republican friends and mostly the Democratic friends that are there. How do you think COVID became COVID? How do we think all this stuff happened? So I just wanted to make that point that the advertisers are being held back because of these woke CMOs, but the pharmaceutical companies are what's keeping things like CNN and MSNBC and others and the networks going, because they're spending the big money. And they shouldn't be. I should not go to my doctor and say, hey, I want Lipitor or I want this other drug. A doctor should tell me what's the best drug. Mm-hmm.
Or better yet, doctors should be like, hey, let's not put you on drugs. Let's figure out what the problem is. Yeah. You know, one thing that gets
That's the better point, by the way. Yeah. I'm with you on that.
One thing that gets me, I used to talk to a lot of natural doctors about what they do and how they help their patients. But one thing that gets me is this, I don't know if you've heard the commercial. I just heard it again today. I'm like, what is this? Oh, I'm taking this for pre-diabetes. I'm like, what? Aren't we all pre-diabetic? Like, isn't that you're born? Well, when you're born, you're pre-diabetic. That means you don't have most people don't have diabetes yet. Yeah. Right? So what is this nonsense that, now there's this thing called pre-diabetes. You should talk to your doctor about why. I don't have diabetes.
Yeah, we're all pre-cancer. We're pre-diabetic. Yep. We're pre-everything.
And
I'm pre-death.
You know what? Here's the best pre-diabetes cure right now. Stop eating sugar. There you go. Take a walk. Drink water.
But that's one of the big things is that the doctors, and this is, again, this goes back to, I forgot who did it. It'll come to me. But they purposely cornered the pharmaceutical market because they had all this oil, and we got to do something. We got to get it into other products, and some of the things that they get it into is what you put in your body, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And when you stop and think about it, the pharmaceutical industry only came into existence a little over 100 years ago. Before that, what was medicine? Natural medicine.
Yeah.
You picked certain things. You went to people who knew, how do you address this? Well, you use this plant, you use this oil, you use this, and that's what helped people get over what ailed them.
Yep.
Now it's, you take a pill. Well, why do you take the pill? To deal with why it hurts. Yeah, but you still haven't you haven't figured out what's causing it to hurt.
Yeah.
The root cause, correct. And that's the big problem, that they haven't been taught that. Doctors are only there to prescribe medication, set some bones, and for the surgeons is to cut you open and take stuff out.
Yes.
When it comes to actually healing, like actually making sure you're cured, they're not concerned with curing you. They're just concerned with, what can I put you on to deal with that? And then when that causes a side effect, I got another drug to put you on to deal with the side effect, which will cause another side effect. Next thing you know, you're on a laundry list of drugs because they're not dealing with the root cause of the problem. Like, why am I gassy?
Well, let me take a pro-doctor viewpoint for a second.
All
Because
right.
First off, I agree with everything you said.
And I'm not bashing doctors.
No,
but
you're not.
This is what they're trained to do.
You're not bashing doctors. I think the natural remedies, that's what I do too. I'm all in that world because they actually cure things.
Right.
Doctors, though, think about what a doctor really is. Outside of the guy who examines your body and reads your blood levels and all this, he's an independent arbiter of how to fix whatever is wrong with you. That's what he really is. He should have no bias on anything other than what would be best for you. Okay? And that's not what's happened. The doctor now is being told, your cholesterol's a little high. And the patient says, I saw this thing about Lipitor. Should I be on Lipitor? Oh, yeah, okay. We'll put you on Lipitor. Right. Or has an incentive to put you on these drugs. They shouldn't be able to do that. They should be able to be these independent arbiters of and if it's a medicine that's going to help you, then they should have no reason to prescribe one drug over another drug at all. Yeah. But that is not the case. It's a pandemic of hypocrisy, the entire thing.
And when you say one drug over another, well, there's incentive programs.
I was just going to say, that's my,
I mean, that's the thing, right? I heard about it the other day where doctors can make upwards of twice what they make.
That's right.
Simply by making sure that they have pediatricians have every single kid vaccinated. Oh, you got every vaccinated kid in there, and they got every single vaccination. Here we're going to double your pay. Boom, they cut you a check. Who's not going to sign up for that? Because it's like, well, vaccines are supposed to be good, right?
Yep.
So, yeah.
Well, they scare you that it's good. You need a vaccine to prevent cancer. Oh, really? Yeah, I don't want cancer. Do you want cancer? No. Give me a vaccine. They scare you with all this stuff.
Right.
Yeah, so folks, here in New York, you have to get your car inspected once a year. So I take my car to the mechanic. I know mine, but I've been to mechanics before where he's going to inspect my car, and I'm going to pay him $35. He doesn't make any money unless he finds something.
Finds something, exactly.
And they always do. Now, doctors are like that with this nefarious little bonus. There are people who walk into doctors' offices every day, say, hi, I'm from KDJ Pharmaceuticals, and I just dropped these 2 tickets to the Rangers tonight. I saw your son in the photo with the Rangers jersey. I can't give you money, but I can give you these tickets. And just give my drug a little try, would you? And now he's going to do that. Oh, the guy dropped off a couple tickets. Yeah, I'll recommend his pharmaceutical for people. So now the doctor is like the guy who's checking the car. He's doing the inspection. He goes, well, this guy's pretty healthy, but you know what? He's got a little, let's say, his blood pressure, it's not high, but it's a little. Well, I'll just put him on some of these KDJ pharmaceutical pills to lower his blood pressure, which isn't really in the danger zone at all, but it's not perfect, so I'm going to use that as the excuse.
Yeah.
It's like I've had people check my brakes. Oh, you need calipers, you need everything.
You need pads.
Yeah, I just needed pads.
Right.
There's a little ding here and a ding there.
Yeah, and if you go another week, then all of a sudden, well, now you waited too long, and we got to cut.
That's a good example.
We got to cut your.
I can relate to it.
We got to make the cuts, and then it becomes a.
There's plenty of natural remedies out there. To your point, eat well. I think to Kevin's point, the sugar is a problem. I think we all know that. One. I have a big sweet tooth. I consume a lot of sugar. I know I got to stop. But there are plenty of natural remedies out there if you do enough research. You and I are doing this methylene blue. I don't know if you started that yet.
I'm a little afraid to start it, Vin. I got to tell you.
Okay, so you're a little. It is a natural remedy.
But I plan on starting it. But one thing I wanted to correct: it's called a quality of care bonus. That's what pediatricians get. Oh, boy. And I just found it here on Pop Sugar. And it's not the pharmaceutical companies, actually. It's the insurance companies that pay them the bonus. Believe it or not.
If there's one industry I loathe, and there are 17, but the insurance industry, man, they're a bunch of crooks, too. They're just a bunch of crooks. But I personally think that big agriculture is related to big pharma because, hey, I know. We'll make them sick. You sell them pills. We're all going to make a lot of money.
Yeah. You know what? You might not be wrong, because when you think about it, what are we finding out now? They're stopping some of these dyes in the food, right? A lot of our food that we eat, people, you can't get in Europe because they determined that our food is poison.
Yep.
They wouldn't let a lot of the things that they put in our food that we consume on a daily basis into their food in Europe because they consider it a toxin or a poison, and it's not healthy. So thankfully, RFK Jr. seems to be kind of starting to take us in that direction.
Yeah, you know what really steams my clams? These grocery stores with a pharmacy. You eat this garbage, and when you're pooping road flares, you just come over here to our pharmacy. We'll save you some of this, and we'll get you on both sides. If I'm an idiot, tell me. I'm in the Facebook chats. Tell me I'm an idiot. I think they're in cahoots. Tell me if I'm wrong.
You're not crazy.
Well, you cause the problem, you solve the problem. Yep. You cause the problem, you solve the problem.
Yeah, it's amazing. But yeah, that's just, I guess we've gone off on a bit of a side track there, but I think it was definitely worthy to talk about it. Because again, it always amazes me. Oh, I see my mom. She's on 5, 6 things. I'm like, Mom, what are you on? What is this for? Well, this is for this for that. I'm like, have you thought about eating better? I don't think you're 3 times a week to Wendy's is probably a good idea for your food choices. No,
you have to eat well, eat healthy, eat fresh foods. All the stuff RFK Jr. is trying to get out of our foods.
Yeah,
having a McDonald's French fry was a potato. When we were young, it's not a potato anymore.
No.
So it was a potato at one point.
It's a mutant.
Yes. And you know what? Be careful of what you think is ice cream.
Yeah.
Because now they're just calling it a dairy treat. They won't use the words ice cream because, they can't.
Yep.
So keep that in mind.
And look at cheese food.
Yes.
Cheese food.
It's not cheese, it's cheese food.
Right, cheese food. And if you go to White Castle, this used to be the case of White Castle, they would call it liquid cheese, which sounds disgusting, but it's really awesome. In my younger years, it was awesome.
Yeah, I bet.
All right, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, more with KDJ and Vinnie Mac, live from Studio 6B. Stay there.
I'm trying hard, frankly, just to be healthier eating wise, and that's a key thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to do 2 here and 1 on the next one. Is that
Robert
cool?
Bryce saying hello.
Cool.
Marietta, Georgia, just outside of Atlanta, huh? That's right.
Hot
Beautiful
Atlanta.
Spot. Hot Atlanta. Yeah, it is Hot Atlanta right now.
You know what? Patriot Susan here in the Facebook chat says, sad thing is, you can't afford to eat well now. It costs more than the drugs.
It's true.
100% it's true.
No,
That's
it's not true.
Fast food is, what's that?
It's not true.
Really?
I went to Sam's Club. I got a 9 or 10 bananas for $1.89.
Ooh, that's not bad.
If you go to right places, and again, you got to shop the outsides of the stores. Don't go in the middle aisles because that's where all the crap is. If you shop the outside of the store, that's where all the better stuff is.
Well, you can just see by travel the world and look at the size of the people.
Yeah.
And look at the size of the young people. I mean, we have obviously.
We have an obesity problem.
We have a huge. The statistics are off the charts.
Do you ever look at some?
People.
Do you ever look at some of the old pictures from like the 30s?
How great shape guys were.
Everybody was skinny.
Yeah.
Everybody was skinny. It was amazing.
Yeah, Susan Markle, I was saying about the McDonald's French fry. There's so many chemicals in the French fries now that it's not a potato anymore. It might have started as a potato, okay? I think it began as a potato, but all the chemicals and preservatives and everything else they put in fries, and what they put in there to get you to eat more of them, like the cigarette companies did.
Right.
That's what's in there. But when they were first coming out, it was a potato. They had a baked potato. They chopped up and they put it in a fryer. Yeah.
You know what? Joe Biden is more of a potato than a French fry from McDonald's.
We have like these zombie potatoes. Really,
you know what? I do love the fries from Five Guys.
I love them.
They make those in peanut oil?
I'm not sure. But remember what
yes, it's peanut oil.
Said, everything in moderation, including moderation.
That's right.
You can go crazy once in a while.
Moderation's the key word for everything. I think.
Except on Pizza Friday, I had 2 slices, two or three.
It was good.
One of those
was good
mozzarella, the mozzarella sticks. A garlic nut. Who doesn't love a good garlic nut? Who doesn't? You don't like a good garlic nut, you're not American.
That's a good name for a restaurant, Garlic Nuts.
Sounds like the blues. Slick Rick isn't here to enjoy the blues, but you are, so let's get to it, shall we? If you're stressed about back taxes because maybe you missed your April deadline or your books are a friggin' mess, don't wait. The IRS is cracking down. Penalties add up fast. It could be as much as 5% a month just for not filing, but there is help on the way. All you got to do is reach out to Tax Network USA. Tax Network USA can take the burden off your shoulders and stop the spiral before it gets worse. They've helped thousands of Americans, whether you're an employee, a small business owner, or you haven't filed your taxes in years because you got some messy books. No problem. They've seen it all, and they can take care of it and get it cleaned up. With direct access to the powerful IRS programs and expert negotiators on your side, Tax Network USA knows how to win. You'll get a free consultation if you qualify. They may even be able to reduce or eliminate all the taxes you owe. More importantly, they'll help you protect you from wage garnishment and bank levies. So don't wait for the next IRS letter. Take it upon yourself and reach out to Tax Network USA. Give them a call, 800-905-8000, or visit tnusa.com/RAV, and you'll talk to a real expert at Tax Network USA. Again, take the pressure off you, put it on them. Let Tax Network USA handle your tax issues. 800-905-8000 or tnusa.com. Now, since President Trump was sworn in, his administration is making enormous progress at breakneck pace. We see it every day. We can't take a day off the show because there's always breaking news coming out of the administration. But don't forget, while they're moving mountains for the good of the country, they can't always be, paying attention to what's going on in your personal account. You have to do that yourself. One of the best ways to look after your savings is through diversification, particularly with gold from our trusted friends at Birch Gold Group. Over the past 12 months, the value of gold has increased upwards of 40%. Central banks continue to buy and bolster the demand for gold by buying more in record quantities. Global instability and tension is getting highest it's been in decades. Birch Gold makes owning physical gold extremely easy. All you got to do to convert an existing IRA, a 401k, into a tax-sheltered IRA in physical gold is reach out and text America to 989898. Birch Gold is going to send you a free info kit on gold. There's no obligation whatsoever, only great, useful information that you're going to get from Birch Gold. They've got an A+ rating with the Business Bureau and tens of thousands of happy customers. Take control of your savings today by texting America to 989898. You'll get that free info kit on gold from Birch Gold, and you'll feel better for it. Again, America to 989898 for Birch Gold. contact them today. Kevin Downey Jr. is here. Hey, Kevin, if people wanted to check you out during the day, because right now we're on linewsradio.com and 103.9 on Long Island. I understand you have a radio show on those same call letters.
I do.
What time would they find you?
Thank you, Rick. You can listen to me worldwide, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time at LI, that's for Long Island, linewsradio.com. And you can text the show, you can call the show. And I love when people come over and say, hey, I saw you on 6B, and I'm listening to you now. Send us a text. You'll hear the number all day throughout the show and say, hey, I'm a 6B fan from whatever state you're from. We're trying to pick up every state. We've got 29 now, I think.
Really?
Maybe 30.
That's
Maybe
awesome.
30, yeah.
Congrats.
So, yeah, linewsradio.com. Thank you, Rick.
Yeah, definitely make sure, because you do texts on the show. I've been on the show a few times.
Yeah.
You take texts. You take phone calls. I think there's snail mail. They can mail the station.
Smoke signals.
Or smoke signals.
Yeah. There you go. Pigeons.
Yeah, hieroglyphics. Anything. Anything to reach out to Kevin. He'll be happy to
We're
respond
always
to.
happy to hear it. Yeah.
Yes. Vinny, I know you're doing something with a T-shirt company, right?
Yeah. I've launched with a group of autistic children and adults that work at this T-shirt company called Spectrum. They're on the East Coast here, but it's a nonprofit. All the products are made by autistic adults and kids. It's a great thing. A lot of people, the New York Mets use them. A lot of big businesses use them. And vinny-mac.com. That's the product line I created to help them, hopefully using a little of our mojo here at the show to provide some support. All the money and proceeds go to these young people. It helps with a lot of things. First off, they have real jobs. Like they work in equipment, like hard equipment. They do sales, they do design, they make the product, they ship the product, they do customer service, they build the website. So there's a lot of really good things. I was just there today. Meeting with a couple of the guys over there, looking at the product and all that kind of stuff. And I'm just impressed because they're very talented, yet they have spectrum issues, which is why the company's called Spectrum. And I'm happy to help. Lend my name to it. Yeah,
and they're working with their challenges. But, let's face it, people can do stuff. You don't have to write people off, and it's great that you're working with these kids and these people to kind of put this together and get their work out there.
I just feel like I've always felt like this, even when I was a little kid. When kids were made fun of in school or bullies picked on them, I always helped the kid. The new kid who came into the school, I took him to the parties with me. And when you see kids on the spectrum, you don't realize they're on the spectrum.
Right.
And some are more on the spectrum than others, so it's a little more obvious, but some aren't. And it's such a shame because there's so much talent and passion, and they just want to be part of society. And so it's not a major thing, but it's my little way of giving back here. So
and not only that, sometimes they just need a chance. And
well, that's exactly right.
That little assistance can open up a whole new world for them. So it's good that you're doing it, and congrats, and hopefully we can keep sending people over there.
Yeah,
What's the website again?
It's vinny-mac.com.
All right, so check it out when you get a chance, vinny-mac.com. Hey, I was talking about clips. Oh my goodness, I got clips. Do you want to see some?
Yeah,
of course you do. I'm not even gonna wait for your answer. I'm gonna answer for you. Yes, you do. We were talking about Ghislaine Maxwell, talking about Epstein, and again, her naming 100 people at least, according to to Todd Blanche from DOJ. Here is cut number one. Here's President Trump calling out somebody we all know who's kind of been over there at least, 18, 25 times. Bill Clinton, cut number one. Check this out.
Well, I don't want to talk about that. What I do want to say is that Todd is a great attorney, but you ought to be speaking about Larry Summers. You ought to be speaking about some of his friends that are hedge fund guys. They're all over the place. You ought to be speaking about Bill Clinton, who went to the island 28 times. I never went to the island.
You did not write a letter for Jeffrey Epstein's birthday.
I don't even know what they're talking about. Now, somebody could have written a letter and used my name, but that's happened a lot. All you have to do is take a look at the dossier, the fake dossier. Everything's fake with that administration. Everything's fake with the Democrats. Take a look at what they just found about the dossier. Everything is fake. They're a bunch of sick people. Where did you see the people laying outside?
Right across the street from Lafayette Park, sir.
We'll take care of it.
Yeah.
What a great clip. I saw that clip, and I love the way he answers stuff. First, this guy,
Yeah.
He's the balls, isn't he?
Yeah.
He is just everything. I love everything he says. But hey, what about Bill Clinton going there 28 times? You don't ask about that? I mean,
No one's asking Bill Clinton.
no one's asking Bill Clinton. By the way, he said, I wasn't on Epstein Island.
Yeah.
So go prove I was there, because I was. I've never been there.
Yeah. You know who's saying they weren't also on Epstein Island? And it's somebody I think we all thought was. I don't know if you've seen it. He's been on Piers Morgan.
Yes.
Kevin Spacey.
Yep.
He's adamant about it.
I've heard
he's
that
like
today.
he's like, I was on a plane with Bill Clinton because we were going over to Africa for this whatever or to Europe, and they ended up in the UK as well. And he's adamant. He's like, I didn't know this guy. I didn't know the woman. I thought he was kind of a slime ball, but he was there. And he goes, if you want, check all you want. I've never been to that island. You know, and you know, hey, he's got his other problems that he's had to deal with, but I guess he's pretty adamant that he was not a part of that.
Alan Dershowitz was blamed by one of the accusers, and he went to town to prove he wasn't. And that's the big, this is the quicksand with this case.
That's right.
Is anyone, if the FBI wants to frame someone, they put him down on that list. No one's going to know.
Just put him on that list.
Unless they fight it, like Dershowitz did.
Yep.
He fought it. He went to trial. He went to court. They went through discovery. He said he saw a lot of names. He can't divulge, but he was able to prove his innocence.
Yeah, good. And it's a shame you have to go that far and do that. You know?
Yeah.
But
Well,
he
just
did.
stay away from pedophiles, and you'll be fine. Like, that's one of those rules.
Especially when I was a kid.
Right. Don't touch the stove when it's hot, and stay away from pedophiles.
Pretty
Kevin.
simple.
There was one in my neighborhood called Mr. Pumpkin. Hey, it's Mr. Pumpkin. He wants to put a bathing suit on you.
He wants you to come over to his house.
Yes. There was a guy who would.
Mr. Pumpkin.
My friend fell for this. He's like 12. This guy goes, "Hey, young man, how old are you?" Oh, 12. You know, my nephew's 12. I just bought him a bathing suit. I want to make sure it fits. Can you?
My God.
Oh, okay, mister. So he goes in, puts the bathing suit on, and the guy's like, "Is it tight here? Is it tight?" And then okay, I gotta go.
Wow.
And then 2 years later,
Did he keep the bathing suit?
I don't know. I don't know if he kept his clothes. He just left. 2 years later, he's walking, maybe a year and a half. He's walking past the guy's house. He goes, "Hey, kid, how old are you?" F you. Get your hands off my beanbag, you animal.
Man.
The other thing about Epstein, though, is he had to do some legitimate stuff to get the illegitimate stuff going. Like, he had to have some cover, some ruse, you know, that got all these actors and
Well,
others
I think it was
involved.
just a cover, because everybody said it. They're like, he
I'm not saying it's
there,
real.
there
but
was
he
some,
knew
yeah, there was
something.
one guy saying, he's like, you know, I had a meeting with him. He goes, he didn't know anything about money, and this guy's supposed to be a money guy.
Oh, yeah, well, that's all.
Like, he
That
didn't
is a whole nother
like, he
Pandora's
didn't
box.
understand things. He's like, I wasn't going to invest with him because he didn't make sense.
Yeah, yeah, total Pandora's box.
Right. So,
What a sick world.
Mr. Pumpkin,
Mr. Pumpkin.
did he want you to give you a blumpkin?
He just wanted to feel up the kid. And like, is it tight here? And I said, "When did you know things were bad?" He goes, "Oh, when he grabbed my beanbag." I said, "Okay."
When he took off his pants and said, "What do you think of my bathing suit?"
Yeah.
Here's a piece of information for you, Rick. This is from Laura Zona. She's saying that doctors are required to have less than 40 hours of nutritional studies to get their degree.
Yeah. They don't.
Less
they
than
don't
40 hours.
They don't do nutrition at all.
That's amazing.
Comparatively speaking, all about, you know.
Yeah. And you know what? Like any industry whatsoever, you're going to have people who shine and people who are hacks.
Right.
And I feel most doctors,
That's right.
they just read the books, they passed the grades, or they passed the test. They said, "What are your symptoms?" "Okay, you must have blank." And
Right.
the guy was here an hour ago, so you know, he gave me a lot of money to give you this pill. See you in a week.
And you know what? A lot of people get into that because they do want to help people.
Yes.
And then invariably it goes off the rails.
Yep. And you know what?
Maybe they get this. Oh, man, it sounds like the blues again. It's a bluesy night. I realize there are many choices when it comes to your cell phone service. If you've got a cell phone and you're looking to make a change, there are new ones popping up all the time, but here's the truth. There's only one that boldly stands in the gap for every American that believes freedom is worth fighting for, and they are called Patriot Mobile. For more than 12 years, Patriot Mobile has been on the front lines fighting for our God-given rights and freedoms while also providing exceptional nationwide cell phone service with access to all three main networks. Don't take my word for it. Ask the hundreds of thousands of Americans who've made the switch and are now supporting causes they believe in simply by joining Patriot Mobile. Switching is easier than ever. You can activate minutes from the comfort of your own home. Keep your number, keep your phone, or upgrade. It's your choice. Patriot Mobile's all U.S.-based support team is standing by to take care of you. All you got to do is reach out and call 972-PATRIOT or go to their website, patriotmobile.com/RAB. That's our promo code. You'll get a free month of service when you call or sign up. That's patriotmobile.com/RAB or call 972-PATRIOT and make the switch today. Use our promo code RAV for a free month of service. And just a reminder, when it comes to news, make sure that all headline news here, you go visit EternalLifeCoin.com. That's EternalLifeCoin.com. It's all the news is brought to you by Eternal Life Coin, so check them out yourself. Great stuff that Vinny and Damon can vouch for. They've been working with these guys for a while, so check it out. EternalLifeCoin.com. Let's get back to what we were talking about. I know we played that clip with President Trump calling out Bill Clinton.
Yep.
The Epstein files. I don't know if you guys saw this one. This guy, this clip is from last week. I've been meaning to play it. Every time it gets kind of lost in the sauce, we end up talking about other stuff. We don't talk about Epstein, but this is Democrat Senator Ron Wyden. And he was making a presentation. I think this was just after President Trump was saying, hey, let's not talk about this. It's old stuff. The guy's been dead. Let's talk about all our wins, all the great stuff that's going on. Here he is making a great point, and maybe he didn't realize he was making a great point for the wrong reasons. It's cut number 12.
You're going to show us.
He says, follow the money. This is Democrat Senator Ron Wyden. Cut 12. Check this out.
Last year, the Biden administration allowed our investigators to look at portions of the file. We did that at the Treasury building. Here is what it says. Treasury's Epstein file details, Mr. President, 4,725 wire transfers. Let me repeat that. 4,725 wire transfers, adding up to nearly $1.1 billion flowing in and out of just one of Mr. Epstein's bank accounts. If you ask me, that is more than 4,000 potential lines of investigation right there. Hundreds of millions more flowed through other accounts. That's even a lot more to investigate.
Yeah, and according to this, the Senator Ron Wyden, he's a Democrat out of Oregon. He was just speaking there. Some of his staffers and himself have seen confidential files related to these massive sums of money Epstein moved through the banking system to fund his sex trafficking network. And the senator said his probe has taken on a new urgency after the Trump administration has refused to release the information seized by the FBI. And, again, we kind of scratched our heads when we saw Trump go the other way on this and thinking, dude, this is not going to go away. And then maybe it was his rope-a-dope to get everybody to start talking about it while he played off like, I don't want to talk about it, to get everybody else to talk about it. Now the Democrats are demanding it. You got this guy opening up. And in one line of questioning that nobody's talked about is the money, right? Mm-hmm. Follow the money.
Yep.
Dan Bongino, you say this all the time. You want to find out what's going on, follow the money. It'll take you to who is doing what.
Yep. And you know what? I know all the blue-haired types. He's a pedo. They didn't care about this. They had 4 years to rip it open under Biden, and no one cared.
Yeah.
But the useful idiots have now been told what to screech about, so they are. But the money here is fascinating. And I've read that after Epstein died, money was still going in and out of his accounts.
Right.
When we followed the money, Elon Musk and Doge, when we followed the money, what happened? They went hysterical.
How dare you?
Right. And we found some really great stuff. Couple of basic points, though. Epstein was a Democrat. Epstein donated to Democrats, not Republicans. The Democrats hoarded his files for 4 years. We didn't hear anything about it. They wouldn't talk about it. They didn't want him out. They blocked it getting out. They blocked the release. Democrats blocked the release from the grand jury. And the Democratic judge blocked there's a New York judge who blocked files, and then the grand jury thing was blocked by Democrats.
Yes.
Their hands are all over this. Everywhere you look.
Yeah.
Hundreds of Democrats went to the island. I mean, I'm sure some Republicans went too. Like, a lot of bad people did a lot of bad things here, right? Yeah. But follow the money. And my point is, when we followed it, look at what happened.
Right.
Like, all of a sudden, we're trying to get some truth and justice and find out where money's going. Yeah. And they freak. They made Elon Musk out to be a Nazi.
Yeah.
So what are they going to do here? You know?
Yeah, it's amazing. And again, you know, he's using the fact that Trump was saying, let's not talk about this, as his jumping off point to be like, hey, we saw this years ago.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to bring it out because I know about it. I'm going to get that Mr. Trump myself. And it turns out this could be the ultimate rake in the face because it might just backfire on all the Democrats. Yep. Like Vinny was saying, that Epstein was taking money to and from.
Yes. I think there's way more to this than people think. And I wonder if we've been sent on the wrong, if they've put us on the wrong scent, I should say, the wrong trail. You guys go over here, look for this list of pedos, when really there's more than that going on. There's billions, hundreds of millions of dollars changing hands, all sorts of nefarious.
It has to be about money. Yeah. It's always about money.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I mean, we saw all the payouts, right? J.P. Morgan Chase does not pay out hundreds of millions of dollars if nothing happened.
Yes.
Right? It doesn't happen. Yep. That doesn't happen. The Epstein, whatever they're paying out, what's it called? His estate isn't paying out money even after his death because nothing happened.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of, I think Wyden may have just sealed some of these people's fate and didn't even realize he was doing it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Other than the obvious, I think we should pick a name. Who do you think's on that list? I'm going to go with that J.B. Pritzker guy.
Oh.
I'm just taking a guess. I'm not saying anything, so don't sue me. Well, you can't. What do you want? 2011 Subaru?
It's
Man-hater edition.
It's like a Deadpool.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
We're not sure. We're going to guess.
Yep.
I don't know, Vin. You got somebody on your your Epstein pool list?
It might even be the transgender, Transmabob Pritzker who's on it.
It could, very well could be. It could be. I mean, my feeling in this whole Epstein list thing is I just want all the pedophiles arrested. Yeah. And I look at the politicians on it. They're going to be there. And there's going to be some people that are famous that we may like.
And Dershowitz said there's no one who's currently in politics on that so-called list.
Wow, really?
So in other words, they're all out of office.
They're retired or dead, he said.
So
and that would include Trump.
There are a lot of politicians.
He's in office, yeah.
That is very interesting.
Interesting is right. Hey, speaking about pedos, I don't know if you saw this. Kash Patel announcing Operation Grayskull arrest. Cut number 4. Check out what this is all about. This is Kash Patel, the head of the FBI. Cut 4. Check it out.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kash Patel, Director of the FBI. I'm excited to announce the results of a global operation to take down 4 of the biggest child sexual abuse sites on the dark web and bring the criminals who operated them to justice. As a result of Operation Grayskull, the FBI arrested 19 subjects here in the United States and, working with our international partners, helped coordinate additional arrests in 7 more countries. Shockingly, many of these perpetrators had no prior criminal records. They were people we knew and trusted, neighbors, colleagues, even family members. They were active in our communities and around our children. This is why we must stay vigilant. Investigations like this are thorough and resource intensive. They often take years due to the complexity of tracking perpetrators on the dark web. Specialized teams like the FBI's Child Exploitation Operational Unit work tirelessly to find those who harm our children and put them behind bars. Through global partnerships and dedicated resources, the FBI works to ensure that all children, have the chance to grow up safe and free from exploitation. Rest assured, we will keep hunting these criminals no matter where they are. Thank you for keeping our children safe.
Yeah, we talked about this a little last night, and the point I was trying to make last night, and wow, that's fantastic, is you can quickly tell the heart and soul of people when they're in a job that could attack 100 different problems, and they choose something that everyone else behind them didn't choose to do, and it's the most egregious of all: child sexual exploitation. And all the other things. And he's gone after them. This isn't the first arrest.
Oh, no.
He's had a series of them, right?
He's had a series of them. There was a big bust in Florida, I believe, a month and a half ago.
Yep.
In the first term of Trump, they did a lot of this as well that didn't get a lot of notice.
Yeah.
But, yeah, this is another one of those promises made, promises kept kind of things that kind of flies under the radar because people still don't really want to talk about this.
Yep.
You know?
And they didn't go after him like this with this vigor. Now they are.
And what's amazing is that we find out that this was, let's face it, we're number one when it comes to child trafficking.
We are.
In the world.
That's embarrassing.
That's embarrassing. It's disgusting. And to find out that what was some of the testimony I think I saw in the past week regarding hundreds of children being released to like this one person. And they go missing, and it's just amazing some of the stuff that this government. And again, I'm Team USA all the time, man. When it comes to your country sucks, your country sucks. We're still number one. But when you see stuff like this, it really kind of poaches your potatoes and makes you want to get the people that are involved with doing this nefarious crap. They really need to pay a price.
You didn't see Comey do it. You didn't see Christopher Wray do it.
No, they went after Christians. They went after people in church.
My point is the heart and soul of this administration, the real heart and soul. These are the things that show you what they're really all about because they put a focus on this when other administrations haven't. I don't think there's any administration, at least in my lifetime, that put as much effort into getting child predators arrested. So kudos to them.
And I don't think there's any administration who's been more, how do I put it, welcoming of child predators than the Biden administration.
Exactly.
No DNA testing at the border. We can't sneak our replacements in fast enough. Come on in and bring those. We were told 330,000 kids. I'm hearing 440 now.
That number is staggering. And we talked last night also about the fact they set up that hotline.
Yep.
68,000 phone calls unanswered.
None of them were answered. None of them were addressed.
That's all you need to hear.
These kids were crying out for help, and nobody was there to help them.
No priority. Their priority was doing bad things and making money.
If anything, arrest Joe Biden for that, at least.
Yeah. I think the Democrats are getting a little taste of this trafficking thing.
Yeah.
Why would they look the other way?
Could be. It's all about the money.
It's all about the money. Agreed.
All right, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll wrap up the show on a Friday night. One more go-round with KDJ and Vinnie Mac and with you guys in the chat. Live from Studio 6B. Stay there.
Sound of Freedom was such a big hit.
Yeah.
And by the way, a movie that was buried for years.
Mocked by Rolling Stone magazine.
Mocked, buried, Hollywood buried it. And by the way, Real America's Voice, Rav, we had a lot to do with that. The network itself took a lot of initiative in promoting that movie.
Really?
Oh, yeah. The owner of the network personally pushed this, and so did the other hosts on the shows. And,
Yeah, the movie was actually, I think, made a few years before that. It just had trouble getting out, and then they finally were able to get it out.
David Zier has an interview with one of the producers of the film tomorrow at 8 a.m. on Breaking Point.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yep. Fantastic to hear. I'm in Palm Beach quite a bit now. I was at the corporate office, and I heard this whole story about how much effort went behind supporting this movie. So kudos to the leadership of this network, who, by the way, are very, very passionate, faith-oriented people. And this subject obviously appalls not just all of us, but them as well. Yeah, we're getting some good compliments about the three of us here.
Oh, good.
Handling the show. Big D is out. I think he had a bowling game tonight or something.
Yeah, something like that.
A little bocce, men's bocce tournament.
Could be.
Bocce balls.
Yeah. Now, listen, if one of us wasn't here, we were supposed to be here that night, you think Big D be letting us off the hook without a couple of digs in there?
Racing Banshee, no. Actually, I'm not trying out a KDJ-ism. I used to say poach your potatoes a lot.
Uh-oh.
And then when Kevin came on the show and he was steaming clams, I was like, you know what? I'm going to drop my thing so he can have the steaming clams.
I think that's a trademark infringement.
I didn't want us to overlap too much.
No, I say bring them all on.
Nah.
I say steaming clams, copyright Kevin Downey Jr. 2024. I mean, you gotta get paid, right?
That's true.
Can't just let that slip through.
Yeah, you gotta get paid. You gotta get some of that Stephen Colbert money.
Yeah, give me some of that Stephen Colbert money, baby.
Give me just one digit of that Stephen Colbert money.
You got Stephen Colbert as an idiot, and you got Jimmy Kimmel crying all the time.
Oh, my God.
What has happened to late night?
What? He used to be a cool dude.
Kimmel was funny.
With chicks on trampolines and
yeah,
doing funny stuff.
You don't get that every day.
No, he's just such a tool bag.
And they elected Donald Trump, and I don't believe it. And balling on TV.
Yeah.
And look at the COVID propaganda. Remember his joke?
Live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice on a Friday night. Vinnie Mac is here. He's got some stuff he wants to get off his chest, but let's go to Kevin Downey Jr. first and see what he's got. The radio show star, the writer for PJ Media, and comedy phenom, Kevin Downey Jr. What do you got, my friend?
Thank you, Mr. Delgado. Disturbing tweet from Charlie Kirk, who's very close to us right now. A bunch of people I know went to see him. In Westchester thing. Look at this. It says a taxpayer-funded BBC employee in the UK, that's a big news outlet there, is leading a campaign to distribute bright yellow badges to school kids. And these are ally badges. And what happens is when a transgender adult sees you wearing this, they will ask you, the child, to go into the ladies' room with them. So the adult is protected. I.e. invited in. It's kind of like, vampire can't get in your house unless they're invited. So transgender adults, these are trans and bobs, these are men dressed as women, want to take little girls into the ladies' room. I kid you not. And if you think that's a good idea, look at this. Redux.info, REDUXX.info. Headline. Trans male high school coach previously accused of undressing in front of girls sent pornography of himself to gender critical school board member. Headline, transgender pedophile who hoarded videos of babies being raped sentenced to 30 years in jail. Hey, look at this. Headline, this is from PJ Media. What's this guy's name? Kevin Downey Jr.
I've heard of that dude.
The left is willfully blind to transgender attacks on kids, where I found in less than 2 seconds, 15, I found 15 cases of trans and bobs sexually assaulting children in public restrooms. Now, the trans and bobs, they want to bring in their meals with them. They want to it's amazing to me. That's like saying, hey, sheep, I'm a wolf. I want you to come with me.
Pay no attention to my nakedness.
Yeah. Right. So that's just sick.
That's just sick.
That's insane.
That's just sick.
That's just sick.
So what do they put on themselves? A yellow
It's a yellow badge. Now, folks.
Badge?
Yeah. It's called the yellow badge of pedophilia or something. I don't know what they're calling it.
That sounds about
It's an ally badge, which would invite a transgender adult to approach the children wearing it, say, hey, young lady, I have to go drop the kids off at the pool. Now, will you bring me into the ladies' room so that I'm not beaten up? And I'm telling you, folks, there is a shocking level of sexual assaults committed by trans and bobs against kids. No one wants to talk about it. We heard, they got to use the ladies' room. Otherwise, they'll get beaten up. Toxic masculinity. I write about this stuff. And the past 5 years, I found one attack where a dudette goes into the men's room and some kids beat the potato salad out of him. That's in a high school. And it was a horrible attack, don't get me wrong. One. But I'm telling you right now, the internet is full of stories, news stories, of kids being ravaged by these people who are totally not crazy or anything like that.
Wow.
But yeah, now they want them to put the badge on. In other words, it's like, remember those Tot Finder stickers that they put so the firemen could get us, but the pedophiles did too? Right. Like that. There's another fireman. We're not even on fire.
We are now.
Yeah.
It's just enablement. I mean, what they're doing is just enabling things. We enable crime with immigration. We enable pedophiles.
Yep.
To get their way. It's just, what are they thinking?
It's just it's like, who thought that this was a good idea ever? I mean, yeah, it was on TV, but it was as a joke. Klinger was a joke.
Yeah.
Everybody knew it was a guy.
Yep.
But and he never went after kids. He just wanted to get out of the army.
Exactly.
He wanted to go home.
But this whole thing, remember, tyranny comes disguised as virtue. We just want to use the ladies' room and not get beaten up. So I'm going to bring in a little girl with me. Oh my God, that's more reason to beat you up.
Yeah, exactly. If that's not a reason to beat you up, then there is none.
You know what?
Man, oh man.
You know what I think we're going to see as we talked about the culture changing? There's going to come a point. And when I was a kid, I grew up in Detroit, and we went to the dive bars, fish fry every Friday, and then we go back on Saturday with my grandparents, who they're all a bunch of boozers. But if a man walked into the ladies' room, there wasn't time to call the cops.
Right.
Every man in the bar would be in there beating the potato salad out of this guy.
Right.
Or some perv trying to poke his head in or cut a hole in the wall or something.
Oh, did I go into the wrong room?
Yeah.
Right. And if it happened the other way around, where a woman went into a men's room, everybody would kind of stand by the door and let her do her business. Because, it was almost like, all right, the line's too long. She really has to go. We'll stand here and make sure.
Absolutely.
Or she was, having a little fun in the stall next to you. While you're, I've seen movies.
I'll take the check, please.
Yes.
One more round for Rick Delgado and then the check. Thank you.
I search for those movies.
Yeah, I search for them, yes.
Anyhow, so that's Kevin Downey Jr. Vinnie Mac, one last shot to you. Anything on your radar there?
Something on my radar that's been overlooked. I think a lot of us missed this. I know I missed it, and I found it today. And it's an executive order that Donald Trump put through that got no mention or notice or any press, and it has to do with the homeless epidemic. And he's put through an executive order
I saw that. Yep.
that talks about relocating the homeless into treatment centers. Huh. What an idea. Treatment centers. Now, not everybody who's homeless has a mental illness. Some are just exploiting the system, and some are having a really rough time. But treatment centers are a good place for everybody. If you're having mental issues, or if you're having a hard time understanding it and maybe getting treatment for your depression or whatever it's causing you to be homeless. But we do know that the bulk of the homeless that we see in this country right now are drug addicts and a lot of mental illness that's out there. It's not like it was back in 20 years ago. It's just way worse. It's an epidemic. It's gross. It's everywhere. But they refuse to deal with the people. Even in all these liberal cities. Look at New York, look at Los Angeles, look at San Francisco. You can't walk through San Francisco without stepping over a homeless person. So what do? Well, they used to just ship them off to these hotels and places that they could stay. And it helped some people who needed food. But for the most part, they need treatment. They need help. Trump had a sister. I think his sister had a mental illness and was in an institution and so on. So he pushed through this executive order, and he's basically saying, look, we need to end the crime on the streets because drugs and mental illness is causing a lot of that stuff. And it's quite dangerous for all of us because it's so random. Look at that couple in Los Angeles. The poor couple's coming home from work, and there was a guy in the neighborhood, homeless guy, drug addict. He shot them both, killed him. Just dead, gone. Tried to rob the house, got arrested, and so on. That's not an unusual story in Los Angeles and San Francisco. Right. This is a regular happening. So it's something that flew under the radar, and I thought it was worth mentioning.
And you know what, Vin, you hit the nail on the head. These are happening in the big blue toilet towns. Yeah. All right? And these are the places. And I've got a big libertarian streak. I was like, yeah, legalize drugs. What do I care? No, now I get it. Now people get on drugs, and they become homeless. And that's all about bringing down Western civilization, folks. It's nothing more than that.
Right. And then you see the error of your thinking, like, oh, wait, now I got to deal with this person?
Yep.
Now I got to pay extra for this person? I got to deal with him living under my stoop and taking a dump on my steps?
Yep.
Great. Awesome.
It's unhealthy for everyone.
Right.
The Palisades that burned down, and they said, oh, we're just going to rebuild it. Nope, they're buying up a lot of it, and they're putting in low-income housing.
And there's going to has to be a revolution in California.
Yes.
No These
rich
people cannot
allowed.
put up with it.
Yeah. All right. With that said, let's wrap up the show. Before we do, you guys, Kevin Downey Jr. missed this last night from Real Prince Doll. Check this out. Baby
Skinny
David.
Pop, popular for a reason.
Are you looking for new popcorn? Oh, my God, it's horrible. There's no flavor because it tastes like I'm eating sawdust. No, that's horrible. Ugh. Right, let me take a bite out of this cup. It tastes about the same. Styrofoam, exactly.
Only 3 simple ingredients.
Big D's so crabby.
Skinny Pop, endlessly delicious.
A breath of cream, a little dab will do you. I could do some moving too. Wah, wah.
Totally classic.
Had to finish with that. Baby Damon and a Skinny Pop commercial from Real
great.
Prince Doll. Thank you, everyone, for watching. As always, we salute our military, active and retired. Everybody working the front lines, EMT, firefighters, police, ICE, Border Patrol, everybody out there making our lives better. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching at home. Everybody online in the chats. Aaron Fran in the booth. Kevin Downey Jr. Catch him on Monday on linewsradio.com, and Vinnie Mac as well. Till Monday, have a great weekend. We will see you then. God bless and peace.